Hello everyone, Brave Belly here. Today on the channel, I'm going to be eating and reviewing the Estonian Defense Forces individual combat ration menu number 1. This is their breakfast. So we're going to see what the Estonian military forces eat for breakfast. And without further ado, let's get the show on the road. All right, so here we have it. Very straightforward, clear Ziploc bag, okay? So you don't need a knife to open it. Check it out. We both have the Estonian language, which I'm taking it's the Finnic language, I believe, and English. So because they are our NATO partners, so it's strawberry muesli, peanut butter, strawberry jam, cheese biscuits, some coffee, 3-in-1 coffee, accessories, amongst other things. Now this expires in 2026 in May, so we have a few months, 2 months to be exact, before the expiration date. So this is completely fresh as military rations are concerned, and we do have some kind of scan code. All right, so that's basically what it's looking. Of course, we have the Estonian flag with the blue, black, and white. Now, I believe the blue stands for the sky, the black stands for the earth, and the white, I believe it's for like the future. All right, for the future of Estonia. Correct me if I'm wrong, all right? And we have another scan code here, but all right, let's get to eating. All right, so this is what everything's looking like. So it seems like the Estonians have a light breakfast, which kind of makes sense, you know, for war, for battle, if you will, just because you don't want to fight on a full stomach. Usually they say if there's going to be like some kind of assault or, you know, something like that, where there's a high chance that you can get shot, you don't want to have a full stomach. It's better to have a less in your stomach. Anyway, so we have salty cereal biscuits here. Check that out. Made by Food Force. Looks like everything's made by this brand, Food Force. All right. So very consistent in looks. Okay, very like industrial looking. Food Force muesli. So we're going to do that right now. Let's see what the instructions are in English. Doesn't look like open the bag, spread the edges of the bottom of the bag, pour water inside bag to point of printed scale and stir carefully. And then ready to eat, so we don't have to wait. So that's super awesome. Then we have the strawberry spread, they call it. We have the wet wipes for cleaning our hands. So we'll have that after the strawberry jam. We don't want to be sticky. We have a 3-in-1 coffee, so I'm assuming that's the creamer and the sugar in there. And we have a peanut butter, but guys, I gotta say, it feels very like light and gelatinous, you know what I mean? Not like your typical dense American style peanut butter. So very intrigued of, you know, what this is going to be like. And same thing with the expiration date. Looks like May 31st, 2026. So we got like 2 more months. And then this is their cheese oat biscuits, and it looks like they might be crushed, but it is what it is. All right, so let's get to reconstituting this muesli. All right, and like they said, make sure you open the bag on the bottom so it is gusseted, makes it nice and convenient to eat. All right, and let's see what it's about. By the way, if you guys like content like this, especially from Estonia, I have plenty more. Check it out. All right, this is the one I decided on, being that it's breakfast. The next one I'll upload is probably their lunch or dinner. So I have 2 dinners, and yeah, I have 2 lunch or 3. I'm sorry, 1, 2 lunch and dinners, 2 more breakfasts. All right, or 1 more breakfast. Sorry. So yeah, like I said, please like, share, and subscribe. Especially if you're from Estonia, I'd like to hear more information about the country, about your armed forces, and how you guys consume this food. Do you mix it, like, you know, or just eat it straight up? Anyway, here we go. All right, so this is what it's looking like. Very straightforward. We have some kind of what looks like, I guess this is the different ways to reconstitute it. You know, all these fill lines, there's different letters, D, F, H. So depending on how you like it, maybe. Yeah, but let's see. Like they said, I mean, you could eat it straight up. You don't have to wait too long. But what I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna put it in a bowl. That way you guys could see everything. So you know what? We'll give it a minute or so. That way it could like dissolve perfectly. All right, and like reconstitute and hydrate a little bit. And we're gonna eat the other stuff. So let's see about these salty cereal biscuits and these cheese biscuit crackers. Now these cereal biscuits, what can I say about these? It just looks like wheat, flour, a little bit of wheat starch, barley, malt, milk, proteins, etc., etc. All right. That's what they're looking like. Not good at all, whatsoever. They taste stale, almost like bitter. I doubt they're supposed to be like that. I don't know. Please let me know in the comments if that's indeed the case. They taste a little bitter, like maybe if they went rancid, especially because there's dairy in here. But yeah, bitterness to the extreme. So probably one of the worst biscuits I ever had. I hope that's not how it's supposed to taste. Guys, let me know in the comments. And now we have the cheese biscuits over here. Check that out. We got some broken ones. And let's try these cheese biscuits. I've had them before. This is how they look. All right, really grainy. I have a strong cheddar flavor. Really nice. Yeah, just like intense cheddar. And like really grainy and weedy. Not bad at all. These, I mean, they taste really stale, so it might just be that. But we're gonna do these with the peanut butter and the jelly. It is what it is. We're soldiers, we can't be picky. I'm not a soldier. Just LARPing. All right. So. Let me just try it straight up at first. Ooh, really nice. A little like hint of syrupiness to it, all right? So it's slightly sweet. It is salty and roasted, but it has a hint of sweetness, which makes it really nice and pleasant. Mm-hmm. And let's see about the strawberry spread. Yeah, definitely that cracker went bad because it tastes so bitter. I doubt it's supposed to taste that way. Now let's see about this strawberry spread. Just gonna put a little because then we're gonna have one more cracker. Guys, I'm not gonna be picky. I'm gonna eat everything like a soldier would, all right? So that's what it's looking like. And real quick, I'm also gonna have the 3-in-1 coffee. Oh yeah, you can tell it's nice and gonna be nice and creamy. Almost smells like a hot chocolate. Right, just a little bit. Maybe this cracker is gonna be slightly better. I don't know. So as you guys can see, the Estonians prefer a carb-heavy breakfast, which is fine, you know, especially with the. We do have fats and sugars, obviously, but not a lot. The peanut butter, I must say, is definitely excellent. As you can see, I'm enjoying it. You do taste that nice rich roastiness of the peanuts. And there's like a hint of sweetness, like I said, a little bit salty and a little bit sweet. That's how I like a lot of my foods. I like when they mix sweet and savory together. Me personally, that's what I do enjoy. And this is the strawberry. I wish they offered a little bit more. You could see the quality of the strawberry. It looks pretty decent. Okay, it's not just like a syrup. It is a little denser and thicker. And just tastes like sweet strawberry. There's no tartness to it or anything like that. So it's not like deep in flavor. There's nothing like phenomenal about it. But also, it's quite pleasant. It's nice and sweet, okay? Just right, not syrupy. Okay, so that's what it's looking like. Let's go. Wow, I really wish they gave more of that strawberry. It's really nice. Let's see about this coffee 3-in-1. Not bad, very different. It even smells different. Wow, something about this coffee like definitely makes it one of a kind. It almost like a little heartier. It has like a weedy aspect to it. Let me read about this. See what it says about this. Instant 3-in-1 coffee. Sugar, glucose syrup, whey powder, and instant coffee. 10% palm oil. Okay, so no wonder it is a little different. It's not just 3 simple ingredients, but a lot more. Anti-caking agents, emulsifiers, etc., etc. But I guess maybe that whey protein powder in there, which is definitely one of a kind. That's pretty cool. Gives it kind of like this heartiness, and it's not overly sweet at all. Almost no sweetness to it. It's not bad. I would definitely drink it again. It tastes like a toasted milkiness, kind of like a little bit like a weedy heartiness to it. Not bad at all. Very one of a kind. All right, down the hatch. Good old wet wipes. Now, definitely must say, those biscuits were definitely very bitter. Almost tasted like they're completely expired. So guys, if you're in the Estonian military, let me know if those biscuits are supposed to have a hint of bitterness. Now, this definitely is high quality. However, the scent is kind of like a lotion. It just smells like Nivea. That's like the lotiony smell, which is, it's better than lemon, but it is like a strong lotion smell. Not bad. Wouldn't change anything about it. Pretty good. All right, let's get into this. Gonna have some of this snack. These are awesome. Very cheddary. Very one of a kind. Never had anything like this. I did have white cheddar crackers. Obviously, they're popular in America, but not something hearty like this and like weedy. Okay, very crunchy with like a creamy American cheese or cheddar cheese kind of taste. Really nice. Really nice with the coffee. All right, they told us that we could eat it straight up right away. So here we have it. Now, I don't know how you guys like your muesli. Oh, I messed up. I forget. You Europeans eat your muesli cold. So big mistake. Sorry, guys. Because in the United States, when we see oats like this, automatically we assume warm, automatically, because we have to boil them. You know what I mean? So my mistake. I'm sure you guys are gonna roast me in the comments, but it is what it is. Okay, first vibe I get is they are definitely sweet. It looks like they're sweetened with dates, perhaps. Let's see. Ingredient, strawberry muesli. Okay, so strawberry sugar and some salt with oats. Okay, that's what we got here. I don't get a strawberry flavor. A little bit, just a hint of strawberry, but it's just somewhat sweet, not over the top. I always liked oatmeal, so to me, this is basically like oatmeal. I was under the impression that muesli has like creamer in it. So when you add cold water, it's like cold milk. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, just a hint of like very similar to the strawberry jam. Very similar, except less sweet. Because obviously the jam is like pure, where this is like just a touch of that strawberry. Just gives it a little bit of sweetness. And I'll be honest, I wish they had a little more depth to this muesli. You know, maybe like something with a little crunch, maybe like some seeds, some sunflower seeds or something like that, but nothing wrong with it. But it is very like super basic, right? Especially that it doesn't have like the milk powder in it, which I thought usually muesli has. I really do wish I tried this cold to see what like the real way of eating it. Like I said, when I saw pure oats, it looked like something that has to be cooked, okay? So that's why I put in boiled water. From a 1 to a 10, I give these oats like a 3. All right, they're very basic. There's nothing wrong with them, but there's nothing to write home about. This is not something that you're gonna wake up as a soldier thinking, oh, I can't wait to eat these oats. Not at all. It's just good, slow digesting carbs that'll last for a few hours till lunch. And it looks like the lunch is substantially bigger. Now, guys, in the comments, don't say, oh, they give so little food. Well, obviously, this is just one sitting. This is just breakfast. Sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, they give so little. I'm like, yeah, it's one sitting, so what do you expect? But yeah, I would say my favorite of this entire breakfast is these are bomb. They're despite being like hearty and weedy, they have a smooth, creamy like cheddar cheese finish. Really nice, very one of a kind. I really like these. The peanut butter, very like delicious in flavor. Like I said, salty, roasted peanuts, but also like a bit of sweetness to it. All right, so really nice. The jam, you know, very straightforward, not like too deep. It doesn't have any brightness to it, but it's sweet, just enough amount of sweetness, and it's not syrupy, so it's not bad. This coffee too, very like one of a kind, okay? Not sweet at all, and it does have like that toasted kind of like weediness to it, and I believe that might be the way, which makes it definitely very unique, guys. Best part. I guess the reason why I diluted that muesli with the hot water is also because I think of Estonia as being cold. You know, it's like the northernmost part of Europe, if you will, and they are like, you know, I'm thinking like Finnish and those countries, how cold it is. So I'm just assuming that they would prefer to have it warm in the morning. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys. If you stayed around for this long, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, signing off.